Bagseed Chronicles.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Hey everyone, welcome to the Bagseed Chronicles. I'm happy that you've chosen to join me today. It's the 4th of July. And, what a fun 4th of July it's going to be. I've got a bit of a garden update for you. I just wanted to check in and give you some updates about the show. I may start releasing more smaller bits of content more often and not try to swing for the fences so often. We'll see. Today's episode's going to be a shorter show, so that's fun. I feel like you should be the beneficiary of my inability to relax today. So let's all enjoy the celebration and have a little fun this 4th. Happy Independence Day. We celebrate another year of American empire tenuously holding on to power by making it sound like a war zone everywhere, all over the country. I'm not commenting on the wisdom of that. I'm just tired. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I've got some guests that I'm really excited about coming up, so we should have some really neat guests on the podcast coming up. I hope to follow through and get those people on, and I hope that it will be entertaining and informative. Some new friends, as it were. And so I'm excited to share them with you, my distinguished audience. But while we look forward to all that, why don't we go ahead and enjoy a garden update. Uncle Dig's garden update. Hello, all. It is July 4th, 2022, and we are in Gardening Zone 8B, and this is Uncle Dig with your garden update. We had a bit of a hail scare the other night, and we have had hail in the summer come and almost strip our plants. So me and my silent partner ended up outside night before last putting a covering over my trellises that, thank my lucky stars, I didn't end up needing. I have seen the little yellow potato beetles, a few aphids, and some grasshopper nymphs chewing on my plants. I've been killing them manually when I go on my little pest scouting trips. I haven't been able to spray the stuff I usually use on my plants, Dr. Zymes, 3-in-1 Organicide, etc., etc., due to it being a wonderfully wet summer here in Southern Oregon. Not going to hear me complain about rain. The plants are fine, just have some mild pest damage. The ladybugs breeding all over my yard and predator flies and such will just have to help my plants hold on until the next dry spell when I can spray. Everyone has been stepped up to 6 or 8 gallons of watering. They have received Age Old twice and CalMag once. They are now on a more aggressive feeding schedule that will result in them being fed about twice a week. A light feeding of CalMag or bone meal, and then a heavier feeding of Age Old once around 7 to 10 days. Once the plants reach the top of their second and final trellis, they will be defoliated for the last time. My biggest plant right now is the Fire of Maroof, number 2, who is currently residing in a 45-gallon smart pot. She gets 8 gallons a day now and is praying constantly. She will need a second trellis soon. She is over my 6-foot privacy fence. I really hope this doesn't cause problems. She is thickly foliated and taking an absolutely lovely shape, but no smell yet. My Fire of Maroof number 5 is almost as tall and will also need a second trellis soon. She is not as big around due to her being in a 30-gallon smart pot, but she is still over my head, and my fence... It is still a toss-up as to which Fire of Maroof I will prefer, but they both are gorgeous plants. My Amnesia Haze in the 30-gallon Smart Pot is just at my eyes. For reference, I'm 5'11" and a half, or maybe 6 foot, somewhere around there. She is still a very large cannabis plant, but is more delicately leaved than the more indica-leaning plants in my garden. With narrower stems, she of all my plants is the one I think my silent partner is most excited about. She has a paler green color, and she almost looks delicate and shy compared to my other boisterous plants. I think this girl is special. My Amnesia Haze plant number 2 in the 20-gallon geopot is just as tall as the other, but not as big around. She is doing well and has been accidentally brutally topped in a horrible training accident, but she is recovering nicely. She is a sturdy plant and more hybrid looking than the other Amnesia Haze plant, with thicker leaves and stems. My CBD Dutch Treat plant is a lovely shape. She looks like every pothead hopes his plants will look, an evenly trained outdoor ball of green foliage. She is beautiful, has a sturdy stalk, and stands at slightly below my eyeballs. She is just as thickly foliated as either of the Maruf plants, but is over a month younger. Really an amazing example of this strain, and a strong argument for me to buy a third set of CBD Dutch Treat beans. The Canatonic is doing really well, but seems behind the other plants. She seems to have more significant pest pressure on her than the other plants. A spray is definitely in order. She is still over my chest, and I am more than happy with how she is growing. Now, the Northern Lights is growing like a damn weed. She is just as tall as the Fire of Maruf and appears to be set to surpass these plants in height by the end of the month. She is leggy, but not in a weak way. She has wider internodal spacing, but beefy stalks, kind of like that DLD bag seed I used to grow. I hope to yield a lot of cannabis this year, guys. Best of luck to you in your garden as well. Let's overgrow the world. So stopping us would be an exercise in futile stupidity. I suspect it already is. You can reach me, Uncle Dig, on Instagram at Uncle Dig. The bumper music on this podcast was produced by Chad DeVilliers on ukulele. He can be followed on YouTube at Ukuleles Are Stupid or on Instagram at Chadwick Enterprises. Thank you for listening to the Bagseed Chronicles.
You know what this is?